Well, it's going to be quite a busy day in Land Rover land today. That Jacques brought down this lovely little 90 TD5. I think he said it came from France. All it needs is a cross member, but fortunately Jacques sort of well into these things, and he knows that corrosion there, that's had some Bondo over it, you know, body filler, isn't going to last all that long. It looks kind of nice. But anyway, he's got a new cross member. We're going to do that job later. But what I'm going to do first of all, before I do anything, I'm going to lift this up and steam clean underneath it. Get all the mud out. Because there's nothing worse than working on a truck all that's covered in mud, look, you see. So I'll wash all that off. Unfortunately, when we discussed on the phone, he's already made an opening in the floor so that I can get the fuel pump out, because I've got to drain the tank in order to get the cross member off. And as you know, in their infinite wisdom, Land Rover didn't put a drain bung in the tank, so it gives us an opportunity to clean the tank out, drop the tank out, and hopefully, if we cross our fingers, we might not have to mess about with the wiring too much, because the joint for the cross member where it goes onto the chassis, there's a big enough aperture to get the wiring through, I think. I haven't done one of these before. Wow, yeah, there it is, look. And I think the joint is here. So by protecting that, we might be able to weld that. Might be able to weld it up. You can see that there's a kind of a nice big reinforcement for the towing hitch onto the chassis, so we don't have to touch that bit. And like I said, this is a nice piece about this thing, is that we can get into it before it's too rusty. The body support's going to be a bit interesting, but not too bad. But like I say, well, let's wash this off and see what it's like. The other thing is, as you can see here, we've been cleaning up my old place, and there was a load of aluminium they wanted to get rid of, so we threw it on the trailer and I brought it down. What I'm going to do is cut all that lot up and get it into a barrel. It's not worth much, but better than nothing. But also, you can see what I've got here. Now, if you're watching, we got this 18 years ago, this compressor, and it stood outside. The tyres are a little bit flat, and I think at the other side, yeah, we'll put a patch on that, that'll be fine. This is a British road crew compressor, powered by a Perkins engine, and you can see, look at the mess in there. I had it running 18 years ago. It ran fine, but you can see it's the cover that was on it give up, and well, it's got damp and stuff like that in. I don't know if this engine's going to turn. I think the battery might be flat. We'll see. I'm not going to put any money into this until I know that engine cranks over. It might do, it might not. Condensation is a funny thing. The pistons could have seized up, I never know. But this is kind of a nice compressor, and I never used it. I had intentions of doing mobile sandblasting. And also, if we look at this side, it's also a generator. A 110 generator, which is kind of handy in a power cut. So there we are, that's the project for winter. But what I'm going to do today, like I say, once I get the power wash out, I'm going to wash all this rubbish off and see if it will, if we put a battery on it, will it crank over? I don't know. I really don't know. The controls at the front have all seized up, so we'll have to see what happened there. I don't know. Interesting project. And yeah, a bugger to move because it's just got the pin on the front. But before we buy any tyres, let's see if this engine's salvageable. Curtis's trailer, well, that's a nightmare. I welded that up about 3 years ago now, and he's never bothered with it. And I asked him if he could come down and pick the compressor up, and lo and behold, it was just a mess, and he spent days trying to sort the wires out of it, which is really easy because there's only about 4 wires on a trailer. But I don't know. People have asked me, have I ever done any blooper videos. Well, I'll put one in on a separate video, but it was rather embarrassing what happened. So Curtis and I have sort of fallen out a little bit, but he's got to move that now. Anyway, let's get on with cutting these up, cutting them up, wash that, and we'll get this into the shop. We'll get this one out because the binnacle still hasn't come, but I can't have that in the shop, so it's going to be a sort of a busy morning. There's a lot to tidy up down there. I'm sick of this because we've got to get ready for sort of winter. You can see the leaves are starting to fall already.